Hey everybody, just wanted to be upfront and let you know there is no racing on this show. This show is just intended to be a short look at a small portion of the Bible each week, a devotion or a mini Bible study. If that's something you're into, hey, stick around. But if not, no hard feelings. Not a problem here. Just know that you're always welcome here at the Rough Diamond Racers Chapel. Good morning. Welcome to the Rough Diamond Racers Chapel. I'm glad you're here. Come on in, take a seat around the table, and let's look into the Word of God. The Word of God, excuse me. So, we've been doing this little series called Pebbles from Peter. We're going to continue with that today, looking at places where Peter interacted with Jesus in the Gospels. Now today, I'm in Matthew 17, the book of Matthew 17, chapter 17, and we're going to start reading in verse 24. All right. After Jesus and his disciples arrived in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, "Does your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes, he did. Yes, he does," he replied. When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. "What do you think, Simon?" he asked. "From who do the kings of the earth collect duty and taxes? From their own children or others?" "From others," Peter answered. "Then the children are exempt," Jesus said to him. "But so that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch. Open its mouth, and you will find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours." All right. This is a very simple account of something that happened, Jesus paying taxes. And I know as a younger Christian, new in my faith, I just took this and simply counted it as one of Jesus' miracles. He caused a fish to have a coin in it, and they paid their tax. And for me, it was that simple there for a minute. And then as the years went on and I thought more on these things, I realized there's something more happening here. And I don't know, maybe it's easy for you to pick up on, but I didn't pick up on it till I was a little more mature in my faith, and I realized Jesus was teaching Peter something here. This whole bit about asking Peter, "Hey, Peter, who do the kings of the earth collect taxes from? Do they collect taxes from their own children, or do they collect them from others?" And of course, Peter answered, "From others." And then he said, "The children are exempt." And what he was saying is, who are these taxes for? It's not necessarily, these weren't the kings of the earth, but it was the temple tax. And whose temple was it? It's God's temple. So, in effect, it's the temple collecting taxes for the upkeep of the temple, God's temple. And who pays for that? Well, not the children, but others. And Jesus is saying, so the children are exempt. And he's in effect telling Peter in a very subtle way, I shouldn't have to pay this tax. Why? Because I am the Son of God. It's one of them places where Jesus says it very in a subtle way, but he says it. I'm the Son of God. I'm not just a man. I am a man, but I'm also the Son of God. And, he's just saying it to Peter. And so, we gotta kind of look at this, and remember God, Jesus did claim to be the Son of God. He didn't, there's numerous places where he did, and this is one of them. But there's more to it even than that, as I've realized over, more time. Why did Jesus tell Peter to go fishing to get the coin? Why didn't he just reach into his robe and produce a coin that way? Or why didn't he just say, well, let's wait till Judas gets back with the money bag and we'll pay our taxes there? But that's not what he did. He decided to use a miraculous way. And do you notice? He played to Peter's old job, his old profession. Peter was a fisherman. And so Jesus used Peter's knowledge as a fisherman to create a miracle that would amaze Peter, because Peter knows how fishing works, and you don't catch fish and open their mouths up and find coins. That's not normal, especially on command. But Jesus was taking a moment, using Peter's own experiences to teach him about the things of God. In this particular case, showing him that he was God. He doesn't need a purse because the whole world is his purse. And we can learn a little bit from that. As Christians, we need to kind of be aware of what's going on around us and take opportunities to teach whenever they present themselves. Jesus was very aware of what was going on. He knew these people were coming to collect the tax. He even was the first to speak when Peter came back from the door. And he said, you know what? I'm going to teach you something today, Peter. Are we ready to teach on a moment's notice when the opportunity presents itself? Let's learn from Jesus in this instance and be ready to teach the things of God when we have the chance. And those are my thoughts for today. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you next week.